Well, it looks as though we could be in for a low-scoring match tonight if the rain persists. Ground in absolutely excellent condition, but the rain is going to make it very, very greasy for the players to try and handle the ball. A big pack of players out there. Banfield goes down, tries to shoot out a hand pass. That's okay. The ball socket up towards the centre wing position. Danaher gets pushed in the back, and this will be his free kick, his first kick since 1981 in senior football. Neil Danaher, one of the greats in the Bomber Guernseys at the moment, and there are plenty of them, aren't there? Robertson's kick is a short one, back towards centre field, and the mark for St Kilda taken by Manning. Manning a little bit short of the centre wing position. He's gone for a pass, knocked away by Walsh, and in fact knocked over the boundary line at the 92nd mark of the term. So a boundary throw in between centre wing and half forward for St Kilda. It's going to be Simon Madden doing the ruck work. Tries to get around his opponent, Bennett. Umpire's found a free kick. It goes to Madden. He's gone for the hand pass. It's picked up by Baker on centre wing. Baker sends Essendon into attack up towards their left half forward flank.
Over the centre half forward position. Roberts comes in. He's grabbed beautifully by Williams. Over to side bottom. Back it goes again. The ball booted out wide towards the wing position. Madden can't pick it up. It's very slippery. Rain pelting down. And the ball is out of bounds on the centre wing position. Into this quarter by just over 2 minutes. The first quarter of the Foster's Football Cup. Neither side yet to score. Madden against side bottom. Both jostling for position. Knocked out by Madden. Comes down to Keel. Into his back that time. The ball finally cleared back by Mace. Walsh overruns the ball as they go for Manning now. And St Kilda could go deep into attack. But it's not a good kick. Oh, the one dropped that time. It hits the deck. They're all fumbling here, and enough fumble that one, but they're all having a bit of a go. There's a chance for St Kilda to get the ball out. It comes back to John Bennett. He fumbles the ball too, but don't blame the players tonight. And Carey goes for the boundary line, and he's successful, and the ball is out of bounds. So I think we're going to see a bit of negative play tonight, Bob.
I believe so, Lou, because it's quite heavy now, the rain, and quite consistent. And so with the ground in perfect condition, the ball is even harder to control than if it's muddy.
Darryl Cunningham tried to get clear, but Carey gets a kick out wide towards that half-back flank position. As they go now for Manning again. Spins away from Kink beautifully. The second time, a hand pass coming over to side bottom at half forward. Goes for a long hand pass out wide to Tomei. He fumbles that one. Got one in the head. He'll have to get a free kick for that. Collected him very high. And Tomei to take the free kick is a bit of a box on now, but I think they'll settle down. Tempers could be frayed tonight too, because it's the sort of night when we see players coming right across his Madden, caught him in the head. But there's no doubt St Kilda's form has improved the last 3 weeks, and they were a little bit still to lose against Geelong last Saturday. Short pass. Nearly a mark that time taken up there by Grant, but the slippery conditions didn't help, and the ball is forced out of bounds.
Tomei will go straight off the ground, Lou. There's not a doubt about that.
Doesn't look too good. It was a rather nasty one.
He doesn't know where he is at the present moment, and I doubt very much whether Paul Tomei, unfortunately, will take any further part in this game.
It's Bennett and Madden going for the knockout. Neither can pick it up. They're all missing as the ball comes out towards that half-back flank position. Banfield couldn't pick it up. Keel's grabbed. He goes down. Finally coming out as Bradbury loses the ball. It's just a matter of a scramble now. The umpire's paid a free kick. It'll go to Bradbury down there at half-back. A hand pass coming over. Finally, it's Walsh going for the long kick, looking for big merit. Got his hands, but couldn't hold the mark. But the umpire's paying it. Possibly going to be a bit lenient tonight. Out she goes wide. Into the back of Danaher was Andrew Bennett, but Andrew Bennett won't give in. They're into his back too, but the umpire's saying play on. There's a push in the back for sure, and that'll go to Williams. So just on the 5-minute mark with Williams to take a kick from about 45 metres out for the Bombers.
Darren Williams at half forward, or right half forward flank. He's gone for a pass. Oh, very hard to mark tonight. Finally the ball scooped back to Williams. Cowie is in there for St Kilda. Merritt puts the body in. A wild hand pass comes out in the direction of Keel. Oh, jeez, just can't pick it up. Footing is very hard to maintain at the moment. Out to Cunningham. Keel's kick goes. Cunningham on the centre wing position. The ball, I think, is over the line, and we'll see it thrown in at the 5.5-minute mark.
Incidentally, Pete, Tomei has been replaced by Kurt, number 37.
Just looking out there, Pete, I'm not quite sure whether Timmy Watson is playing on the wing or whether or not Jeff Cunningham is going wherever Watson is. But Watson does look as though he's lined up on the wing at the moment.
And he might be his tag. down towards the half-forward line for St Kilda. The grab is taken by Andy Bennett, former Hawthorn player. He'll be very keen to do well tonight. The ball cleared for St Kilda by Gary Odgers, but it's not a good kick. It's taken by Baker. Baker's gone for a pass down towards left half-forward. The mark there taken by Neil Danaher, kick number 2. First was a free kick, of course, and there he is. The former Bomber skipper didn't play a game as such.
Well, a dry night, he kicked this one, Pete.
It's gone for a pass. Down towards full forward, in towards the 10-metre square it goes. The ball booted out of the danger zone. Danaher's there again. Mace is there with him. He's grabbed. Was he in possession? The umpire says play on. A loose ball at half forward for the Bombers. Mace trying to pick it up and barge his way through. Caught by Thompson. Still the call is play on. It comes to the incredible Hulk. Rene King shrugs the tackle from Mace. Gets around another player. Shoots at goal. That's pretty good. Score of the match. Just over 7 minutes gone of the term. Essendon lead by 6 points. The goal kicked by Rene Kink. Still the rain falling here at the park, but not as heavy as it was, but the conditions pretty similar. Baker's hand pass is a wild one out towards Cunningham on the centre wing position. Cunningham to Mace. He gets clear of Merritt, but only just. Shrugs the tackle from Baker. Now he's gone for a pass down towards half forward. A whistle has gone. The umpire will play a free kick, and it will go to whom? It's going to Essendon. It's gone to Williams on right centre wing.
And we're just on the 8-minute mark of this first quarter of the Foster's Footy Cup, and it's Essendon 6 points to the Saints yet to score. Ball picked up here now by Rene Kick. He's already kicked one goal, but he's gone for a pass. And the mark taken here by Merritt. Dead in front, only about 30 metres out from goal. Unselfish play that time by Rene King. And there's no doubt about it, Bob, when Rene King is playing well, there's no better looking player in football, is there?
No, you're certainly right, Lou.
Got tremendous amount of talent. Waiting on Big Merritt to have this shot from 30 yards dead in front. There it is on its way. And it's 1 point, so the Bombers move up to 1 goal, 7 points to St Kilda. Yet to score, just on the 8.5. Tomei, that's the boy that was knocked out, copped one from Big Madden, but he seems to be okay. Or does he look a little bit glassy-eyed there?
I think he looks a bit glassy-eyed.
Ball back to Cunningham, and he's played a very good first 9 minutes of this game. Short pass out to Bennett. Bennett takes the mark. That's Andy Bennett, ex-Hawthorn player. The ball tapped out to Bennett again. Another hand pass coming over to Odgers, and Odgers' kick is back towards centre-half forward. But too many Bomber defenders there, and a good mark taken in defence at centre-half back by Carey. That left footer, a wild one, not a good one, a Merritt. And going after him is McCabe. The hand pass comes back, a beautiful hand pass over the head that time to Hawker. A long kick down there. Oh, great mark to Williams. There's a ton of talent on this Bomber side. Quickly plays on, goes for a short pass. The mark taken here by Banfield. That's Carey, I should say. All looking a bit the same tonight with the damp heads. Blondes go dark-headed, don't they?
Very quickly.
There's the kick on its way. Up there towards the side bottom. Could be interference. No, the umpire said play on as Baker came over to spoil side bottom, but the ball is out of bounds. Only about 5 metres around from the Essendon goal. There's 7 points to St Kilda yet to score as we approach the 10-minute mark of this, the first quarter of the Foster's Footy Cup. Knocked out by Madden. Going after is now Banfield and McCabe. McCabe puts on the ball. They get it into his back. Finally, it comes out to Bennett. Taps it out to Carbone, but he can't get clear. Very slippery out there indeed. But as they go now for St Kilda to go deep into attack as we see Cunningham pick it up, but he took too long to kick it. Got a side bump. Picked up here now by Manning. They're tackling well, Essendon, as the ball comes back now to Timmy Watson. And Watson runs to centre field, goes for a short pass, and the mark taken there by Banfield.
Banfield on right centre wing. Essendon doing all the attacking at the moment. Now getting their running game going out to Timmy Watson at right half forward flank. Watson goes for a pass, and it's okay. That was Donnell taking it. He's had a shot at goal and put it through for 1 point.
Well, they're looking good, Essendon now, Bob. They've got their game together, and they're going to take a lot of running down, even though at this early stage they look a powerful combination.
Yes, there's young Parker there who, well renowned for both cricket and football.
He played a night game last year, Parker, didn't he, Bob?
Yes, and had a late start to the season because he went overseas with the Australian under-19 cricket side, where he did extremely well.
Cowie's kick, dropping a little bit short, and the mark taken by Keel. Keel short of the right centre wing position. St Kilda yet to score in this match. Knock on by Bennett. Carey gets there first. Paddles the ball further forward. Back to John Bennett again. Just about caught. A little bit slow to get the kick, and it's only a short one anyway. Two Essendon players collide. And the free kicker has gone to Baker. I thought he collected Timmy Watson there, but the umpire
I think Cunningham had his arm in the middle.
That's right. I think Cunningham did the damage there, Pete.
Well, he's got the free kick at centre-half back. One of the best kicks in the Essendon side. Baker trying to find Merritt, couldn't do so. Merritt might have got a push in the back. And he'll take the free kick just about on the centre circle. Roger Merritt named in the Victorian side to play South Australia in Adelaide next Tuesday. That should be a great match under lights at Football Park. We're all looking forward to that one. Watson back to Baker again. As I said, one of the best kicks in the Essendon side. He could just about score from there. Into the 10-metre square it goes, and just wide it rolls through for 1 point to Essendon, taking their total now to 9 points. And Kilda yet to score at the 12-minute mark of the term.
Yes, I agree with you, Lou, when you say that they're far too strong already.
Yes, the writing's on the wall, isn't it?
Well, fair enough, but these young kids are having their first go at the big time, and I think this will work wonders for them, Peter.
There's a perfect example. Young Ingleton, 17 years of age from Ballarat Grammar, and that was a great mark.
Now towards the wing position, Roberts and Bradbury. Now who's got hold of who? I'll leave that to the umpire.
I said Ingleton, I meant to say Curtin.
Curtin,
sorry.
yes, number 37. And he's gone for a pass. Up towards McAdam on centre wing. A little chip pass. Gary Hodges didn't gain much. That's certainly going the long way here at VFL Park. Shane Hurd standing on the mark. Did he go over it? No, says the umpire. It's a play-on call. Hurd again gets into it, but it's picked up by Hodges once more. A long kick this time. That's the better way to go. Was trying to find Morwood. Daryl Cunningham could be St Kilda's first score. It's off target, though, and through for 1 point.
Not a good piece of play by Daryl Cunningham there. A hand pass over the top would certainly have been a goal, as he had a teammate in Mark Dwyer with nobody between he and the goal, and a hand pass would most certainly have been a goal.
8 points the difference, just past the 13-minute mark of the term.
Bob, they've got to go directly down the ground and take the punt of landing the ball in the goal square. The more they handle it around the wings and that, it'll give Essendon a better chance because of their greater experience too.
Yes, but even then, Lou, the inexperience, I'll call it, or lack of having a look, cost them dearly.
Donnell to Walsh to the centre wing position. The umpire has found a free kick to Essendon. It's going to Terry Danaher now, the Victorian captain. Back to Thompson. Thompson up to the half-forward line for Essendon. The Bombers looking good at the moment. Williams breaks clear. Shepherded by Baker. He goes goalwards, shoots, and has put it through for
Hit the post.
1 point. So Essendon 1-4, St Kilda 1 point.
And we're just on the 14-minute mark of this first quarter. That's the difference in style. As soon as Essendon get the ball past the half-back line, they go straight to the goals. As they go now for Cunningham. Oh, he goes down, but the umpire said player, but that's strength for you. Gets a hand pass back to Hodges. Hodges kickers off the side of the boot, but it'll be okay. Marked by Roberts. Roberts is off like a flash. Goes for a kick over the up towards the full forward position off the pack. A chance for young Dwyer now. He's only got to come back, but he's grabbed by Carey. Put him off balance a bit, and the ball is out of bounds. But it might have been in the to him. It is. So the young fella's got a chance for a kick. He's gone for a short pass. It's okay, and it's marked here by McAdam. In a far better position. Good thinking on the young fella that time. He's only about 35 to 40 metres out. I think he could get the distance. So a chance now for St Kilda to score their first goal from their centre player. There's the kick on its way, and it's a nice sort of a kick too. It's a goal. Over the top of the pack, the bomber in St Kilda's goal square. There's a bit of a fumble going on here by Carey. Didn't take the chance. He tapped it on for 1 point. So St Kilda are doing a pretty good job. 1 goal to 8 points to Essendon 1-4, 10 points. Waiting on Donnell to bring the ball back into play. I think they might have Roberts on the ball, have they? Yes,
I think with the injury to May, Roberts, Curtin has gone to the half-back line. Roberts to half-forward, changing on the ball.
Ball out there at half-back. Watson fumbles. In goes Daryl Cunningham. Picked up by Merritt. A hand pass back to Hurd. A bit of messing about by Essendon. Short pass. It'll be okay and marked here by Baker. He was upended then, but it's okay. A hand pass. Over it goes to Elshaw. Back to Bradbury. A short pass back to the centre of the ground. Mark dropped that time by Banfield. The ball pushed on again to Hodges. He goes for the hand pass. Out it comes to Merritt. He gets a hurried kick back to the centre of the ground. Pretty scrambly football. There's a go for Thompson out there at the centre wing position. Coming back to the centre of the ground now. That's a longer kick over the half-forward line. Oh, Mark dropped that time by Williams. The ball kicked on by Danaher. And Danaher got one on the back of the head, and he'll get a free kick at centre half-forward.
Terry Danaher, the Victorian skipper. Goes for a pass. Timmy Watson at right half forward flank takes the mark. He's put it high. Side bottom in the front of the pack. Can't take the mark. Plenty of Essendon players down there. Hand pass comes out to Parker. Parker couldn't take it. Over the boundary line is he, as is also the ball. And it will be thrown in the left forward pocket for Essendon.
Well, the Saints are going after them, Pete, if anything, aren't they?
And the 2 points in it. Well, it could have been against Carey for in the back. The umpire says play on. Getting grabbed, Danny Frawley. No free kick again. It will be a ball up about 35 metres out from the Essendon goal. Graham Jelly, the St Kilda coach, I think would be fairly pleased with his side's performance so far. Only 2 points down against the defending day and night premiers. Knocked down by Madden, but not very far. St Kilda defence working overtime. A chance for Baker to pick the ball up, but the umpire has found a free kick.
It really should have been downfield, I believe. It's Daryl Cunningham's kick.
Is it downfield? No, it's not. It's side bottom. Tapping it out.
No, but Cunningham put the ball forward and then was grabbed, and so it should have been downfield, Pete.
Wasn't played that way by the umpire. We're close to quarter time. 18 minutes gone in the term. Over the top was Danaher, down to Watson, onto Banfield. Banfield back to Timmy Watson at left half forward flank. He goes for a pass down towards full forward. King trying to get the ball out, not having much success. Odgers over to Andy Bennett. Where's that one gone? Right across goal. Who's going to get there first? Perhaps Cowie. Elshaw in pursuit. Elshaw gets the better bounce. He's shepherded by Madden. Sidesteps Cowie again. Back to Madden. Shoots with the left foot. Up towards the goal square. Parker is there in front. Gone for the knock-on. Kick at the back. Shoots. Can he make it 2? I don't think so. One behind. There's the goal umpire. So Essendon 1-5 and St Kilda 1-2. Nearly 19 minutes gone as Sheedy goes to the phone.
3 points the difference. Hodges goes for a short pass. It'll be okay. Marked by Cowie out there towards the half-back line. A pass to Moore. He's got the ball. He leaves his opponents for dead then. Streaked away very quick as he shoots the ball to the centre of the ground. There's a good mark taken by Grant. Certainly a long way from full forward at the centre of the ground. Kick out wide towards the flank. And the safe and reliable mark taken there by or a hand pass coming over now to Donnell. Pretty close to the first quarter of the Foster's Footy Cup as Baker sends the Bombers deep into attack. Ball pushed on that time by Danaher. A chance now for Andrew Bennett, but he had a fresh air shot just about. Out it comes now and a hand pass from Williams over there to Parker. A long shot at goal, but he's off target and it's through for 1 point. So it's the Bombers 1 goal, 6-12 to St Kilda. 1 goal, 8 points as we approach the 20-minute mark of this first quarter. Well, rain's still pelting down. It started about a quarter of an hour before this game started. It hasn't stopped. Out wide it goes, and this could be a penalty-free kick, but there's the siren. That stops the Bombers from going back into attack at quarter time of the Foster's Football Cup. It's Essendon 1 goal, 6-12 points to St Kilda 1 goal, 2-8.
Not many goals scored in the first term. Goal kicker for St Kilda was McAdam, and for Essendon it was Renee King. 1-6 to 1-2. The Bombers lead by 4 points. Bob Skelton, how did you see the first quarter?
Well, Essendon throwing their forward line all over the place. Terry Danaher lined up at full forward, but then at one stage was on a half-back. Had their players all over the ground, while St Kilda in far more orthodox fashion. But as the quarter progressed, I give full marks to St Kilda. The way that they came back and competed, it looked as though Essendon were going to take complete control of the game. But we had good performances from Little Dwyer, who got the ball across to McAdam, and that was a lovely goal from McAdam, coming down from the centre, making good position and bringing up a nice goal. Their defence with Andy Bennett and Gary Odgers doing quite well. And Michael Roberts started off at half-back, but with the injury to May, is now half-forward and ruck-roving. He's picked up quite a few kicks. And up forward, St Kilda do not quite have the height that Essendon have. And so they are forced, maybe the conditions will help as the game progresses. They're forced to go wide and not be quite as direct as Essendon can be. But Essendon, when they do gain possession, their disposal is a little better than St Kilda. But full marks to the St Kilda defence and their ruck for that matter. Sidebottom has been a solid player, whilst for Essendon they've had good players in Carey on a half-back flank. Baker's done well in the centre, and Neil Danaher has picked up a couple of kicks which would give him a world of confidence. He started off on a half-forward flank, but like most of the Essendon forwards, moves all over the forward line. King has done quite well. Watson, and that's pretty much about sums it up. A very even quarter, and I give full marks to St Kilda the way they came back.
Channel 7's answer to Donald O'Connor is on the boundary line, or shall we say answers. Stephen Phillips and Jack Edwards. I guess it's still pretty wet, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's very easy to throw in the one-liners from up in the commentary position, Peter. I've been out listening to Essendon coach Kevin Sheedy. He's had plenty to say. He ran onto the ground, ran through the rain, and but he's been fairly composed about it. And what about over in the St Kilda camp? They wouldn't be too keen on that scoreboard.
No, Graham Jelly said if you keep the pressure on Essendon on a night such as this, they could be, you know, they could crack, and St Kilda could take the points out. All that Graham Jelly wants them to do is keep contesting the ball and keep going. And I think they can go all right.
I just checked Tomei might come back on the ground.
Well, the doctor did say before he may come back later, but there is a doubt about Cowie right shoulder. I saw them have a look at that before.
OK, that's the scene down here, Peter. Very wet, very slippery, and no let-up in sight.
OK, thank you, Stephen. Just before the second quarter gets underway, Herald Cup scores tonight. We had 2 matches decided. Let's check on them now before the term gets underway. Echuca Tech 55, defeating Notre Dame College 42. And in the other game played here tonight at VFL Park, an easy win to Bendigo High, 131 over Werribee Tech, Windaree Tech, 14 points. Second quarter just about to get underway with umpire Brian Bullis to bounce the ball. Second quarter from VFL Park in the Foster's Cup action. Essendon leading St Kilda by 4 points. 12 plays 8. Still the rain comes down. The first rain we've had in Melbourne for quite some time, and of course it would have had to fall on a Tuesday night. Up towards the half-forward line for Essendon. Kink getting underneath the ball, attempted to go for the knock-on. He's their only goal scorer so far. Picked up by Odgers. He gets ridden into the ground, and the umpire has decided it will be a bounce at centre half forward for Essendon. Odgers number 29 handing the ball back to the umpire. Ball booted out of the pack up towards Mace. Will he get there first? No, it's picked up by Terry Danaher, or attempting to pick it up was the Essendon and Victorian skipper. Now a chance for the Bombers to score through Elshaw. Not a good kick. Down it comes to Keel. Picked up by Elshaw again. Roberts dives on top of it for St Kilda, and again the end result is a stalemate. It will be a ball up just a little bit closer to the Essendon goal. Wet night at the footy, and hot coffee always helps. Merritt contesting, line ball decision that one. Well, an untidy start to the quarter.
Elshaw runs straight into Big Merritt, nearly flattened his head right back into his chest.
You can pick better blokes to run into,
I reckon.
Teammate or not.
Knocked down to Roberts. In goes Williams. Now the umpire has found a free kick, I think, to try and break up these packs that have been developing. And the free kick going to Curtin. Curtin at left half-back flank to St Kilda. He came on early in the first quarter to replace Tomei. Oh, that's a great mark taken by Manning in front of Thompson. Thought about going for the hand pass. That's a nice long kick. Up towards centre half forward. Donnell is there for Essendon. Diving in as well for the Saints is Grant. The umpire has found a free kick for on the shoulder, and it will go to Donnell. Donnell at centre half back for the Bombers to take the free.
And the ball to the centre of the ground again. Well, there'll be a free kick against Frawley. It'll go to Danaher. He was hanging on when he shouldn't have been doing that, and he'll take the free kick at the centre of the ground.
Frawley suggesting that Danaher was holding him.
Okay, the difference 4 points in favour of the Bombers, so the Bombers not streaking away as the ball finally kicked up there towards the, or over the centre half forward position. In front is, there we see Curtin trying to grab that one. They pounce on top of him. He can't get clear. Down goes Rene Kink. And the umpire said, keep going as Mace drives the ball back there. It's picked up by Cunningham. Cunningham's kick is a grubber, but it covers a bit of distance, trying to find his brother. That's Darrell. Finally, the ball goes back now, and the kick along the ground by Grant. In goes Watson. In goes Carey. They both go down. The umpire's found a free kick for one in the back to Carey. So Carey takes that free kick at half back. Essendon 1 goal, 6, 12 points. The St Kilda 1 goal, 2, 8 points, just over the 3-minute mark of the second quarter of the Foster's Football Cup. Ball tapped to the ground. Chance here now for Thompson to get a hand pass out. Hand pass comes back again to Danaher. Down he goes. They pile in. Bit like a rugby scrum. That's a free kick again, and the free kick this time will go to Danaher. So Terry Danaher with the kick out there at half forward, a good distance out from goal. Looking for his brother Neil in the front posse. Punched away by Andrew Bennett. Over it goes to Kurt. Not doing a bad job for a youngster either. Out wide to Manning. This kid looks okay too as he takes the ball out there on the wing position on his own. He goes for a pass. And that's a good one. It'll be a mark taken out here by Grant.
A beautifully placed kick, that one by Manning, Lou.
Well, Grant's got to go for the long kick towards the goals, which he has. It falls a bit short. Punched out by Carbone. It comes down to Madden. A hand pass coming over now. And the ball driven away by Hawker. A long kick back towards the centre of the ground. Punched out again by Kurt. He's defending well down there. Danaher can't get out. They're all fumbling, and don't blame them for that because it hasn't stopped raining. It's very slippery out there indeed.
Coming down by the 5-ton truckload.
It was a nice night when we left home too, but it seems to happen out here every now and again. Ball up. Pushed out by Merritt. In goes Roberts. He can't scoop out that time by side bottom. The ball kicked down there. Oh, there'll be a free kick. It'll go on. A mark to Morwood. So Morwood's got the kick at centre half forward, and a chance now for the Saints to go deep into attack. He boots it down there looking for the big fella. That's John Bennett. Stepped down. Oh, he was tripped, but the umpire said no to Daryl Summers. Picked up by Walt. Not Summers, Daryl Summers. How about that Daryl Cunningham? Haven't seen him for a while. The ball kicked high towards that centre half forward wing position. A good mark taken here by Hodges.
I keep going. I can't. It's Gary Hodges.
Thought it was hey Saturday night.
Made a free kick just killed us. Oh dear, oh dear.
The ball out there on that half forward flank for St Kilda. Short pass coming over. Cunningham couldn't get that. That's Tiff Cunningham as the ball goes out wide towards side bottom. A chance now for the Bombers to go into attack. A hand pass coming over to Banfield. Drives the ball over the half-forward line. Kink in front. Punched away again by Bennett. Hodges gets a long hand pass back to the centre of the ground. A hand pass coming back to Roberts again. Spins away nicely and gets a short kick out on a mark taken here, this time by Carbone.
Carbone, one of the players from the St Kilda's junior development squad. But standing in the last line of defence, Big Madden. Looking for a lead. Goes into the back pocket, and he's found Bradbury. One of the members of the Essendon Premiership side last year. A little bit down in form the last few weeks. Hawker up towards centre wing, trying to find Timmy Watson, but the ball just beats him over the boundary line. Timmy a little bit disappointed, and we'll see a boundary throw in 6.5 minutes into the term. Scoreboard in the Foster's Cup, only 2 goals scored so far. Essendon 1-6, St Kilda 1-2. So no addition to the quarter-time scores. Players finding it difficult in these greasy conditions. In goes Elshaw. Out comes the ball, picked up by side bottom. Which way is he going to go? Tries to go straight through 2 Essendon players. The umpire's found a free kick, and it's going to Williams, I think. He's centre wing. Gets a 15-metre penalty. Brings him almost up towards the half-forward line. That's a good long kick by Darren Williams. Bennett goes the punch away, successfully so. Tries to get it towards the boundary line. Good use of the body by Renee Kink. Essendon's only goal kicker so far. Merritt, well caught by Keel. Ball still in play. It's booted high towards the boundary line and just bounces inside for a boundary throw in right half forward.
So, just had a message from actually from St Kilda that Teme has some blurred vision, now seems okay and may come back on.
Well, that's good news, isn't it, Bob? Because he was met very heavily by Simon Madden at about the 10-minute mark of the first quarter. And as you suggested, he might not have come back on. So good news. Cowie. Long kick. Up to Madden. Very hard to mark. Almost caught by Manning. Out to Thompson. Thompson still inside the square. Goes long up towards the half-forward line. Down it comes to McAdam. He kicks St Kilda's only goal. Booted forward by Baker. Loose ball in the forward pocket. Williams almost got one at the back. Picked up Andy Bennett. Andy Bennett from the back pocket. Back towards the half-back line. Getting underneath it. Glenn Hawker takes a very good mark under these conditions in front of Morwood. Hawker goes for a pass. Missed by Merritt. Roberts takes the hand pass. Gary Hodges, half-back flank.
Played a fair game too, Pete.
He has. Is he paying the mark? I think he might. That's Daryl Cunningham, just short of the centre circle. He gets a 15-metre penalty from the umpire. Daryl Cunningham a chance to put St Kilda into attack. It's a good mark. Well, the Saints handling the wet conditions pretty well at the moment. That's young Grant, David Grant, about 55 metres out from goal. Need to be a great kick to score from there tonight with the wet ball. I'll tell you what, it's not a bad kick either. And it is through for 1-9. That's the first score of the quarter, I think it is. 1-3 to 1-6, and it took them nearly 9 minutes to get it. 3 points in it, Lou.
3 points the difference at the 9-minute mark as the ball comes back into play out towards that half-back flank position. There we see Thompson getting through the pack nicely at centre-half back, boots the ball long to centre-half forward. Punched out that time by Carr. Not a good knockout. The ball tapped on, but the umpires found a free kick. And the free kick will go to Danaher. And this is Neil Danaher to take the free kick at centre-half forward. So Neil Danaher, playing his first game since 1981, goes out wide looking for his brother. That's brotherly love for you, but right on his tail there was Frawley. Frawley got one in the back that time from Danaher and will take the free kick. So St Kilda not letting him get away, Bob. They're really playing it pretty strong at this present stage of the match. No,
I'm just thinking to myself that maybe you should never comment halfway through a quarter, because it did look as though Essendon were getting right on top and going to go on with the game, and I'm not suggesting that they may still not, but St Kilda, particularly down there across the half-back line, applying real pressure, and that's a fine mark by Morwood. Good
mark to Morwood. Quickly plays on, boots the ball wide to Manning. He seems to be everywhere, playing a pretty good game there for centre. Kicks the ball off the ground. That's the way to play it. Back it comes to Donnell. He's in trouble. He's grabbed by Grant. He shrugs him off. The hand pass comes over to Williams. And there we see Hurd was going to hand pass, but went for the long kick out there towards the half-forward flank. Good play on the part of Kurt. Knocks the ball down. One around the neck to Morwood. And he'll take the free kick out there towards half-back. No one on the mark, so he streaks away pretty quickly. Goes for the long kick out wide. Carey comes in, misses the bounce. A chance now for Watson to tap it over to Carey. Does, but Carey can't pick it up. But good shepherding on the part of Carey. Lets Watson get free. A kick over there to Neil Danaher. Back to Watson it goes again. And a beautiful pass to Rene King. So Rene King would be about 35 to 40 metres out from goal. He's already kicked one. And the difference is only 3 points, approaching the 11-minute mark of the second quarter of the Foster's Footy Cup. There's the kick on its way. It's a good one, or is it not? Yes, a goal. Just on the 12-minute mark of the second quarter, 18 points, plays 9 in favour of the Bombers. A ball pushed out high. Madden goes for the big punch out wide, but the umpires found a free kick. It'll go to St Kilda. And the free kick to go out there to St Kilda's Kurt. He's not doing a bad job, this young fella, Bob, either.
The old Xaverian boy doing an excellent job since he came on the ground, Lou.
So is this fella looking good too. Grant as he hooks the ball back there towards the forward pocket position. Kicked off the ground by John Bennett. There we see Thompson ridden into the ground, and he'll get a free kick down there in the back pocket. So a free kick to Thompson. The difference only 9 points in favour of the Bombers. Punched away that time by Frawley. Hits the deck. Bit of a scrimmage. The ball pushed back towards Neil Danaher. Couldn't get clear. Roberts gets a hurried kick over the half-forward line for the Saints. The ball comes down on Neil. Keel, I should say. A hand pass coming out now. This is Darryl Cunningham having a shot, a running shot to an open goal, but couldn't connect that time, and it's through for another point to St Kilda.
Graham Jelly having a word on the phone.
Well, there's the scoreboard. 1 goal, 4, 10 points St Kilda to Western. 2 goals, 6, 18 as we approach the 13-minute mark of the second quarter of the Foster's Footy Cup.
Glenn Hawker bringing the ball back into play. Chance for Roberts again. Getting underneath it, Grant. Opposition at the back from Baker. Williams trying to pick it up. It will be a ball up at centre half forward for the Saints. 8 points in it. A very low-scoring game in view of the conditions, but not a bad one either. That will be a free kick. I don't think much doubt about that. The recipient will be Simon Madden.
I don't think there's any argument on that one.
No. Some we disagree on, but I think that one was pretty clear-cut, wasn't it? Oh, good tap forward by Merritt. Donnell off the ground. Good kick, 35 metres or 40. Oh, kick being held. Must get a free kick. Silly free kick, that, wasn't it, Bob?
Oh, it's the one half dozen the other. King held him in the first place, and then in the finish, Mace did have hold of him, and they were both holding each other initially.
Well, the umpire didn't see it that way, and it will be a chance for Rene King's third goal. Adam is the goal kicker for St Kilda. King has 2 for Essendon, and Rene King at the 14-minute mark of the second quarter, and a chance to bring up his third. He's directly in front of goal, only about 30 metres out. Shouldn't miss from there, even under these conditions. It looks pretty good. It's a goal. 3 goals to Renee Kink. Essendon lead by 14 points now. That's a pretty good lead under these conditions here at VFL Park. This time it's a free kick going St Kilda's way. St Kilda player down. Looks like side bottom. And a bit of bother there, just right of the circle. They wouldn't want to lose him. Kick is taken by Roberts up to half forward. Madden. Donnell, no. Beaten for it by Carey. Carey's kick is a wobbly one out towards the centre wing position. Which way is it going to slither and slide? Now a chance for the Saints to go forward. It's Curtin gets the hand pass in, back to Roberts, also doing a good job. Morwood, a little bit too long for him. Madden playing well in defence, fends off Peter Keel. Madden's kick is wide, trying to find Thompson. Manning in pursuit. Which way is it bouncing? Bounces Essendon's way. Thompson gets the front posse. He's gone for a pass. It's not a good one. Morwood chips in. He'll get the mark and/or free kick.
Looks like side bottom will come off, Pete.
What happened to him, Bob? I saw him limping.
I think it must have been the ankle.
Well, that's a bit of a blow to them too, Bob, because he's played fairly well in the ruck as far as the knockouts.
He has indeed.
It's around the ground. He's probably been beaten by Madden, but he still played an excellent game, side bottom, and has been very serviceable. They will miss him.
14 points the difference. 16.5 minutes have gone in the first quarter. The rain still pelting down here as side bottom makes his way off the ground. I think he'll be replaced by Misso. We'll confirm that in just a moment.
Well, Misso will be out to show Essendon something. He's an ex-Essendon player.
Carey misses that one. Chance for Ingleton. He's got it. He lost it just as quickly. Donnell goes down. It's a real scramble down there. Desperation plus. Bradley throws the body in. And the umpire has decided, I think, on a bounce. After they untangle themselves, it looks like a tag team match down there, and it will be a baller.
And we're just on the 17-minute mark of the second quarter. 14 points the difference in favour of Essendon, only about 20 metres out from the St Kilda goal. Ball knocked out again. A chance now for St Kilda to break clear, but another scrimmage develops there, and the umpire will ball it up. This time it's a little closer to their goal, only about 20 metres out. Madden for the knockout against Cunningham. The ball hits the deck again. Donnell threads his way through the pack, but they found a free kick. It'll go to St Kilda, and it'll be this young fellow. I think England will take the free kick, playing his first game tonight. I think he's only about 16 or 17 years of age too, Bob.
17 from Ballarat Grammar.
Well, let's see what he can do with this kicker, because a goal just before the siren will work wonders for them. There's the kick. Will it come around enough? It does. A good goal by the young fellow. A goal. And we're just over the 18-minute mark. Let's go down to Stephen Phillips. He's got a report on side bottom.
Thank you, Lou. Side bottom's done his left ankle. He injured it when he fell into a bit of depression that was filled with sand. His whole body went over the top of him. The doctors have got him straight up in the rooms at the moment.
Just over the 18-minute mark of the second quarter. 8 points the difference in favour of the Bombers, so it's not all Essendon tonight. They're putting up a pretty good show, the Saints. That's Misso trying to get up, but Roberts goes down. Couldn't get clear. Another scrimmage development. There'll be a free kick. It'll go to Essendon. And it'll be Williams to take the free kick. Short pass. No, he's got to go back and have his kick. Back out there on the edge of the square. Williams. Long kick over the centre half forward position. Off the top of the pack again. A chance for Dana. Oh, there's a free kick. It'll go to... this time it'll go to Jeff Cunningham. He got one too high from Danaher. Goes for a short pass over to Hodges, who's been a very good player down there in the back pocket for St Kilda. A long kick up towards the centre half forward position. Carbone having a bit of trouble there with Bradbury. Bradbury goes in, knocks the ball out. Back it comes to Little England. He couldn't get clear. Oh, actually, Carey threw that one out. But the umpire said no. In goes Roberts, and the umpire will ball it up again. We're just on the 20-minute mark, and it's 8 points the difference. Only about 15 seconds to go to end this second quarter. Misso coming in against Madden. Knocked out by Misso, but to the wrong man. That was smothered by McAdam away from Bradbury. The ball hits the deck again. Thompson pushes it out. Roberts comes in again. Goes for a short pass, but the siren to win the second quarter. And it's St Kilda 2 goals, 4-16 to Essendon 3-6-24. Bob, and you've got to say this, because about halfway through that second quarter, it looked as though it was going to be a one-horse race, but through sheer determination and being as tenacious as they have, St Kilda have hung in there, and they're giving this mighty Bombers a bit of a run for their money.
Yes, I think overall in the second quarter, honours must have gone to St Kilda. They just couldn't put the screw on the board. They lack height, even in these conditions. It's nice to have a bit of tall timber that you can kick the ball at and go long and direct, and then the ball coming off the hands of the packs, expecting your smaller players to get it. But St Kilda haven't quite got that tall timber. Their tallest forward up there is John Bennett, and he's a Collingwood 6-footer, as the old saying goes. And so it was a great effort by St Kilda, with Hodges and Bennett doing well across the back line. Roberts around the ground, an excellent player, as too is Manning on the wing. But Essendon, a very even side. Kink with 3 goals has certainly done his job up forward and made it very hard for Mace. But I don't think that Kevin Sheedy would be anywhere near as happy at half-time, even though he's in front, as Graham Jelly.
Okay, at half-time, it's Essendon 3 goals, 6-24 to the Saints, 2 goals, 4-16. They've got over there, Bob, is who can handle Kernahan. I see a couple of the experts have picked teams, but they've left Rod Carter out from the full-back position. I would give him a go against Kernahan, wouldn't you?
Well, look, he's carried all before him, and I think you and Peter both made the comment on Sunday up there in Sydney that he is the most underrated full-back, and I didn't read where he had the least number of goals scored against him of any of the back players. And
had Beasley taken off him on Sunday, didn't get a goal.
He might never look the best player, but by gee, he's always there. He's got that happy knack. He's able to, he seems to be able to hang on without giving away free kicks, if you know what I mean.
Plus, he'd be a coach's delight, because you know that he's giving his utmost all the time, and I reckon he could be a player to keep with Kernahan, because he's a high flyer, and this fellow would get in the position to stop him from getting those high or running jumps at the
yes, that is the great part about Rod Carter. He doesn't allow players to get the run on him, and we can say all that, and the next minute Kernahan's likely to come out and kick 10 goals, because we also know what a great player Kernahan is. Yeah. And they've got some good players, Kernahan, Motley, Aish, and those players, Keith Thomas. But I think it's a good side the Vicks have picked, and they'll really
it's a form side, isn't it?
It is, and that's the only way to pick them.
And I noticed that I suppose Carlton would love to have Kernahan over here at the moment, the way they've been going the last few weeks, Bob.
And Mazzusto.
And Mazzusto.
They liked a lot of players last Saturday, because I think that's the worst performance I've ever seen from a Carlton side.
Well, their coach wasn't too happy. He decided to have a rest from training tonight.
Well, I don't think that would hurt, because they've been up for quite some time now, and it's good to have a break. You've got to try something, and I don't think putting him out there and just running them and running and running them would make any difference.
He had a night off himself, Bob. He decided that perhaps the players are getting a little bit tired of hearing him talk.
So maybe the players still did a lot of running, but we look now, and there's Neil Danaher, and isn't it great to see a player like Neil Danaher back, even just back out on the field?
Yeah,
certainly is.
We certainly hope that this is the start of a comeback by Neil Danaher, because football, well, football is the loss when a player such as Neil Danaher is unable to be out there.
Let's hope Paul Salmon's not too far behind him. Looks as though it's supper time, and
that's why Tony Lockett puts on weight.
Golly, he's a big lad, isn't he?
Still growing. Half-time score: 3-6 Essendon, 2-4 St Kilda. 24 plays 16. Third quarter action in the Foster's Cup now from VFL Park in Melbourne. Can the Saints get up and tip out the reigning premiers? Knocked out by Madden from Misso, who's still on the ground, replacing Sidebottom after Sidebottom did an ankle in that second quarter. And of course, Misso has something to prove too, because formerly at Essendon, he's very tall. I was having a look at him in the room beforehand, which is though he's around about the 6'6" or 6'7" mark. There's plenty of him. As the Saints get booted into attack, out comes Weston and Grant. Knock on by Bradbury, comes back to Carey. Carey from the point of the square, out towards the centre wing position. Frawley racing for it. So too is Curtin with Elshaw. Elshaw taps the ball further forward away from Mace. It's out of bounds on the half-forward flank. 2-4 to 3-6, 16-24. A very low-scoring game. Still the rain coming down, but it's only a drizzle at the moment. Certainly not as heavy as it was. Knocked away by Misso. Picked up by St Kilda towards the centre wing position, and the mark is taken by Madden. Madden gets clear of Manning. Neil Danaher had a chance for the mark. Mace got one in the back. The umpire says no free kick. Well, Cowie goes over the top of his opponent down there. Hodges kicks the ball off the ground in front of Banfield, who's right after him. Hodges gets an unfavourable bounce. It's out of bounds in front of the trainer's bunker over there at the minute-and-a-half mark of the third term.
Had a solid game, Hodges, Pete.
He's been one of their best, hasn't he?
Yep, he and young Roberts.
Knocked away by Terry Danaher, taken by Mace. A left footer up towards Big Misso. And as I said before, he is pretty big. The handball comes out to Timmy Watson, who's been a very busy player for Essendon tonight. Gets around Misso again. He's well shepherded. Watson's kick is a short one, though, up to the point of the square. Looks like a rugby scrum now, and the umpire has wisely decided on a bounce at the 2-minute mark of the term.
And it's 8 points the difference. The ball out there on that half-forward line, about 70 metres out from the Essendon goal.
The rain may well have stopped, Lou, but that ground would still be very slippery.
Certainly would be, Bob. Hand pass comes out to Roberts again. He goes for a long kick up towards that centre half-forward position. Ball pushed on by Weston, comes back to Misso. They pounce on top of him, but he got one on the shoulder, and he'll get the free kick a little short of the centre field position. Only 8 points the difference, so the Saints are still well in this game. Oh, Bennett gave Walsh a bit of a push-up, and he's got the mark. That's John Bennett, number 25, about 50 metres out from goal. The kick is a long one into the goal square. Oh, won't quite make it. It was a bit off target. It could have easily gone through that one, but it's through for a point. So it's 7 points the difference now. 2-5, 17 St Kilda to Western 3-6, 24.
Crowd tonight, 5,906.
And I'm quite sure would have been a little bit bigger tonight, Pete, except for that rain starting about half an hour or so before the game. There's a great mark taken by Walsh. A greatly improved player, this fellow, and Kevin Sheedy's had a lot of faith in him. Back it comes to Danaher, it skids past him, and the ball is over the line. He and Frawley go over the line together. So the ball is out of bounds on the centre wing position. 17 plays 24 in favour of the Bombers as we approach the 3.5-minute mark of the third quarter of the Foster's Football Cup. Misso and Danaher knocked out by Misso. Comes down to Hodges again. Slips over, tries to get it out that time to Frawley, but they pile in there and the umpire will ball it up down towards the half-forward line for Essendon, about 75 metres out from their goal. And we see a little fellow enjoying himself, a little bomber. He's a real Spartan to turn up here tonight. Well, they both missed that. Finally knocked on by Madden over to Kink. Kink showing a lot of strength, gets clear, goes for hand pass over to Banfield. It's a bit long. He got one from Hodges. Down he goes, in goes Mace. It's Mace coming out with the ball now, back towards Misso. Couldn't hold that mark. Manning fumbled that one, but Misso got one in the back. And Misso to take the free kick out there at half-back. Just over the 4-minute mark. 17 plays, 24 in favour of Essendon.
Misso, second free kick of the quarter. As I said, replacing the injured side bottom. Kick by Andy Bennett. He's up towards the right half-forward flank. Grant seemingly tackled an opponent when he wasn't in possession. That opponent was Timmy Watson. Watson takes the free kick. The hand passes the end result to Weston. He's well shepherded by Thompson. Now towards the point of the square. Cunningham goes the spoil, effectively so. Down to Terry Danaher. Frawley just about into his back. In comes Bradbury. The umpire has found a free kick, and it will be going to Essendon, will it, or is it going to St Kilda?
Frawley was tackled too high, Pete.
I thought there might have been one to Danaher before that.
No, he says it's a St Kilda free. Thompson tried to mark it one hand. They're pretty hard to do like that under these conditions. And it will be a bounce just wide of the centre circle. 5 minutes gone, third quarter. 2-5 to 3-6. Only 1 point scored so far in this term. That was by St Kilda. Knocked down by Madden, but not very far. Williams onto Elshaw, who's hooked it high out towards the right half-forward flank for Essendon. Frawley got two hands to it. In comes Neil Danaher, loses out to his brother. The Victorian skipper goes for a pass. Thompson at half-forward, puts Essendon deep into attack. Looking for Big Merritt. That could bounce through. Merritt gets there, tries to keep the ball in play. In comes King. Finally, Banfield picks up the ball, but the umpire says it will be a free kick to St Kilda.
Mace with a push in the back.
Robert Mace, the former Hawthorn player, standing on the mark. Renee Kink, who's kicked 3 goals for Essendon so far. Madden at the back of Misso, can't complete the mark. The rain has stopped, but as Bob Skilton mentioned, it's still very slippery out there, the ball and the surface of the field. So a boundary throw in close to the players' interchange area, which is on centre wing. It's going to be Misso and Madden. Madden getting the front position. Misso's taller, got 2 hands to it, couldn't find a St Kilda rover though. Terry Danaher, short left footer, up to Madden. It won't be a mark. It wasn't the required 10 metres. In goes Manning. Tries to get the ball away from Thompson. Not successful. It's out of bounds, and we'll see a boundary throw in left half forward for the Bombers.
Just on the 6.5-minute mark of the third quarter. 7 points the difference in favour of Essendon. Misso and Madden. Hurd trying to spin it at the pack. They soon pounce on top of him, and it might have been Banfield, I think. and the umpire will ball it up. No, it was Williams, right the third time. So it'll be a ball up out there, that half-forward flank position, about 70 metres out from the Essendon goal. They're only 7 points in front. So they're having a real tussle tonight, knocked out by Misso, a fumble. And the umpire's going to ball it up again. So there's been plenty of those tonight. But that's understandable, Bob, because it is very, very slippery indeed out there.
We'll be right through tonight now, Lou. There's no chance after the rain that we've had that the ground will dry off, but the players, being as adaptable as they are, will certainly get adjusted.
Well, OK, out of bounds, still on the half-forward line for Essendon. It's been bottled up here for about 5 minutes. They can't get it down to their goal. Ball back into play again. Misso got that one down, but there'll be another scrimmage. He got one too high. That's the third he's had for the quarter. So Misso to take that free kick out there at half-back for St Kilda. But they've got to go for, oh, he's in trouble here. He gets a hand pass to the wrong man, to Danaher. That's Neil, goes for a short pass. Looking there for Al Short's got a bounce right. He's in a bit of trouble as he goes after the ball in the forward pocket position. Still gets a hand pass back. Williams comes out of the pack with the ball. A snap at goal. Will it come around enough? Merritt couldn't hold that mark. Roberts is there with him, but the umpire said it'll be a free kick or a mark to Merritt. Now, I don't know whether it's a free kick or not, Bob.
Yes, I've got no doubt he paid the free kick, Lou. He didn't mark the ball, and I think he has paid the free kick. I think the Tiggy Touchwood free kick is played on across the ground now. Certainly not far enough for a mark.
No, certainly not. They pile in again there. They're throwing each other. Roberts going in like a little terrier. And the umpire's paid a free kick there to Roberts in the back pocket position. Played a fairly good game tonight, Bob.
He's played an excellent game, Lou, but the whole St Kilda side have. From halfway through that first quarter, when I must admit I felt that Essendon were going to go on with the game, St Kilda have kept right with them.
Watson goes for a kick after getting a knockout from Danaher. Back it comes to Neil Danaher. By God, they run alike, these two brothers. The ball finally pushed over there. It's McAdam trying to get clear. Finally goes over to Curtin. A hand pass back. And the ball driven away by Keel out there towards the wing position.
Carey in the road, though, for Essendon. His kick is long. It's high underneath it. Donnell and Cunningham. Almost a mark to Cunningham. Now a push in the back as the free kick paid by the umpire. He lets Cunningham play on.
Yes, he shouldn't have been allowed.
He was over the mark.
He wasn't behind the mark, Pete.
So the Saints swing into attack. Up towards their half-forward line now. 2-on-1 in favour of Essendon. Some soccer tactics. Out of bounds, I think, on the full against Glenn Hawker. Pretty close. No, it wasn't.
It may have been fortunate they didn't play it deliberate anyway.
That's right. The crowd going for that, Bob.
So boundary throw in. Madden palms that one down. Finds Glenn Hawker on this occasion. Hawker's kick up towards the centre circle. At the back is Misso, knocked away from him by his teammate in Frawley. It's pretty untidy stuff there. A free kick Essendon's way for holding the man, and the recipient of the free kick will be Banfield. Banfield on centre wing, goes for a hand pass. It's picked up by Watson, close to the circle. Watson's kick dropping a little bit short, knocked away by Andy Bennett. Curtin, who's done well since he came on to replace Tomei, almost caught by Bradbury there.
Tomei back on the ground in place of Morwood, Pete.
Well, that's good news. He got a very heavy knock earlier. Michael Roberts goes for the pass, taken by Gary Odgers. Odgers from left half-back flank. Underneath it, Madden. Oh, Weston, great mark. That's one of the best tonight. In fact, any mark tonight is a good one under these very slippery conditions. Williams up the centre field for Essendon. But the cleanest man on the field is Harbinson. He's just come on, that's why. Short pass. Let's see if it's any good. Neil Danaher looking for a free kick and or a mark. Kink for goal number 4. 2 metres out. Couldn't miss it.
Just over the 11-minute mark. 17 plays 30 in favour of the Bombers, and Rene Kink's kicked 4 goals. And that's a pretty good performance, Bob, under these conditions.
Yes, it's a forward's job to kick goals, and that's what Rene Kink has done. He and Mace have had a tough duel, but Mace, well, you've got to stop your forward, and he hasn't done that.
Centre bounce again. Knocked out by Madden, picked up here now by Baker. The kick falls short. Cunningham couldn't get clear of that one. Goes after it again. That's Jeff Cunningham, and the umpire will ball it up out there on the edge of the square.
It's brother of Darryl.
Well, you've got to know all the brothers' Christian names. There's that many playing today, isn't there? Certainly won't live that one down for a while. Must get in touch with Laurie Money before someone else does. Ball kicked back there by Baker. Beats about 2 of them as the ball comes back now to Bennett. That's Andy Bennett trying to get clear. He's too slow. They grab him. It's picked up by Neil Danaher. A hand pass coming back to Watson. Snap towards the front of the goals. At the back is Terry Danaher. Couldn't hold the mark. He goes down. They pile him there. Also Merritt's in there too. Is it Merritt? Yes, in top of a few players. It'll be a free kick to Frawley on the bottom of that pack down there in the back pocket. 17 plays 30 in favour of Essendon. 12.5 minutes gone into the third quarter of the Foster's Football Cup. Spinning out of the pack that time was McAdam. Nearly got out, but they collared him and the umpire will ball it up. So it's a ball up there on that half-forward flank about 70 metres out from the Essendon goal. St Kilda finding it very hard to get it over their half-forward line. Tapped out by Madden. Ball pushed on again. Back out there towards the forward pocket position. Coming around the outside that time for Essendon was Williams, but he went for a bit of a slide. Come a little bit closer to their goals, about 45 metres around from the Essendon goal. Punched out by Frawley. A fumble that time by Donnelly. Goes after it again. A hand pass from Cunningham coming out of the pack. Finally, we see breaking clear now as McAdam. He's got to kick this. He does not a good kick back towards the centre of the ground. Bradbury's got the run. He's well collared that time by Grant, but this backing up by Essendon's winning out for them so far. Good pick up by Madden over the top of Baker's head. Oh, overrunning the ball that time was a bit of bad luck by Manning. It comes back again. Frawley gives the hand pass back. Down goes Darryl Cunningham. The umpire still calling play on as we see a hand pass from Andy Bennett. And the ball driven up that time by Frawley. There's a go now for McAdam if he can straighten up and go for a pass, but they're going wide. Roberts is out there on his own on the wing position. He's got to centre the ball to get it down to those goals. He kicks it across to centre half forward. It's too long for Keel, and this allows Watson to pick it up. And a good hand pass, and the Bombers take it away through Carey. But they fumble. There's a chance for the Saints to come back. They've got a free kick. And the free kick will go there to Little Ingleton, who's already kicked the goal.
Yes, he kicked one of the Saints, only 2 goals so far. Up to Peter Keel. He fumbles the ball, still very slippery, tries to get around Elshaw. He was good enough to get a kick at the ball, but Walsh is there for Essendon. Fumbles, still clears. Kevin Walsh's kick up towards the centre wing position now. Finally for Essendon, picking the ball up as Thompson. Down goes Manning. Free kick. Against Harbinson, and Manning to take the free kick on centre wing. One of the younger Saints coming up through their junior development scheme, which I think is going to prove quite successful. Over goes John Bennett, out goes the ball. It will be a boundary throw in at the 15-minute mark of the quarter. 17 plays 30, 2-5 to 4-6. St Kilda haven't scored a goal so far in this quarter. Misso on the left, Madden on the right. One by Madden. Williams. Won't be 10 metres. Watson. And up to the centre wing position. Danaher, that's Terry Danaher. Gets away from Frawley, goes for a pass up towards their half-forward flank. Almost a mark to his brother. Bennett's right there with him, wearing him like a glove, not letting him get clear. Finally scooped out to Harbinson, who hoops it off the ground. Carey in the back pocket. The race between he and King. There's a couple of speedsters for you. Bennett and Neil Danaher, punched away by Harbinson. Frawley. In comes Terry Danaher. Blocks him nicely. Finally, it's picked up by Thompson. Thompson in towards the 10-metre square. Out comes Kink. He's kicked all Essendon's goals so far, all 4 of them. Done a particularly good job. Odgers off the ground. That's the way to play it tonight. Good safe stuff by Gary Odgers, and quite a bit of length with the kick out towards the centre wing position. And finally, McAdam leading in the race for the ball. It could be out of bounds, though. Went from one side to the other. And at the 16-minute mark of the term, it will be a boundary throw-in. Morwood on the bench at the moment. 50 is Misso, 27 Madden. Having a great duel in the ruck so far. Picked up by Timmy Watson, one of Essendon's leading kick-getters so far tonight. Knocked away by Mace. Oh, bad hand pass, that one. Kink was right there with his opponent. In goes Manning to try and lend some assistance down there to Mace. A lot of fumbling going on. It's an Essendon free kick. He plays the advantage rule. Elshaw takes the ball up towards half forward, and that's a good mark taken by Harbinson, who has just come on. A little short kick to Danaher. He's almost caught. Put his head down. Comes out with the ball. Shoots it goal. And I think he's stopped it. It bounces through. Full points to Essendon.
7.5 minutes gone of the third quarter. 5-6-36. Essendon to St Kilda 2-5-17. There's a chance now for the ball to be driven over there by Dunhill. Ball punched on again by Harbison. And St Kilda go right across the ground. They're not going direct enough with this kicking that's giving the Bombers a great chance to go back into attack all the time. Then we see the ball driven up there that time by Manning over towards centre half forward. A bit of fumbling going on by both sides again, and the umpire still letting it go as it's cleared away by Bradbury, and a good mark taken by Rene King, who's out there on the wing position, certainly a long way from the goals. Goes for a short pass. It's a good one. It's picked up by Baker. Another short pass down there towards the forward pocket. Oh, just about a mark. He's got to pay that.
He's done well, Bennett.
And the mark going to Bennett. That's Andy Bennett. Short pass. Roberts in position at centre half back's got the ball.
16 kicks to Roberts, Luke.
Short pass, too long that time for Keel, but I don't think Keel jumped hard enough for just the same. In comes McAdam, taps the ball out wide. Kicked off the ground by Williams of Essendon out towards the wing position. There's a great race going on now. Coming in to pick it up as Mace, but it went right between his legs. Tapped on by Bradbury. Good play. A chance for Baker to pick it up now. Spins beautifully away from Curtin that time. Drives it down towards the forward pocket. And there's a great mark taken by Neil Danaher. Deserves a goal. Hit the post. That was a great mark by Neil Danaher.
Nonetheless, Lou, to be able to take that mark and then go on with it would give him a lot of confidence.
Certainly would. 37 plays 17. Graham Jelly on the phone. Ball back into play again, out towards that half-back line. A chance now for Adam to mark the ball out there on his own. Another kick out wide, but there's no one there for St Kilda. Donnell stops that one. This allows Baker to pick it up, go for the long kick over the half-forward line. Frawley comes in, hits the deck, kicked off the ground by Danaher. Merritt can't pick it up. Once again, it's Roberts driving the ball back to the centre of the ground. Weston taps it on in front of him. Coming in to meet it now is Grant. He copped a heavy one. Breaking clear is Thompson. They're looking a bit stronger now. There's a beautiful pass down there. Oh, an easy mark dropped by Alshaw. He's got time to recover, but he can't pick it up, and it's finally forced through for 1 point. That was a bad miss by Alshaw.
Looked considered, didn't it? But they all look easy from up here.
Oh, you mark those on your tummy just the same, don't you, Bob? You tuck it in and grab it.
Yes, I think Tony Alshaw would agree.
20 minutes gone. 2-5 to 5-8. VFL Park scoreboard and the Foster's Cup action from a rather wet VFL Park. The rain has stopped at the moment. Manning, long hand pass over the head of Bradbury, and that was okay. Hand pass comes back to Cunningham. St Kilda swing into attack. That's been a rarity so far in this quarter. Hawker's there in the goal square. He'll be content to tap the ball through. And 1 point to the Saints, and that's only their second score this quarter. 2 behind. They have scored. They were 2-4 at half-time. Hawker does the kicking in, goes towards the outer side of the ground. Manning chips in beautifully in front of Donnell. The ball very close to the boundary line. In comes Darryl Cunningham. And it will be a bounce, I think, in front of the small scoreboard. Madden contesting with Misso, both of whom were late on the scene. Misso took off before nominations, and the end result of all that is a boundary throw-in, predictably. Same place. Chance for the big men to get a breather. And there's plenty of Misso. He's got the height. Ingleton goes in, knocks the ball forward, or in fact tries to. Misso looking for a free kick for holding the ball. Not so, says the umpire, and once again we'll see a bounce almost in the identical position. So Ruckman, Madden and Misso. Knocked down by Madden. Picked up by Carey, didn't get very far. Darryl Cunningham tackles him well. Donnell goes for the hand pass. Shane Hurd's kick is a short one up towards the centre wing position, trying to find Terry Danaher. McAdam reads it beautifully at the back of the pack. Shoots it down towards the St Kilda centre half forward position. Knocked away by Weston. 2 St Kilda players are there. Getting there first is Grant. He's gone for a hurried hand pass. Chipping in beautifully for Essendon is Thompson. Odgers tackles him. It's very scrambly out there on the centre wing. Could have almost been in the back.
That was a great effort by young Grant, Bob. He never gave in for 1 moment.
No, he made a mistake and made amends for it.
He's got the free kick. He's gone for a pass, beautifully delivered to Gary Odgers at the right half-forward flank. Odgers been a very good player too tonight for St Kilda. Cunningham takes the mark. That's Jeff Cunningham, about 50 metres from goal. He's gone for a pass. It's not a particularly good one. They're all asleep down there. Finally, it's left to Roberts to come in and try and rescue the situation. And the ball over the boundary line, forward pocket, very close to the scoring area.
Well, they're messing about with those short passes, Pete, and they should be going direct at goals and try and lob it in the goal square. Who knows? It's a slippery ball. He could kick it off the ground for a goal easily.
So a ball up in the forward pocket for St Kilda. Roberts gets tackled by Williams and Hurd. Ingleton, a hurried and a wild hand pass, knocked on by Bradbury for Essendon. The Bombers doing it well through Baker now. Baker's kick up towards centre field. Not a chance for the Saints to swing into attack again. Ball kicked up there for them by Odgers. It's a free kick going Essendon's way, and it will be taken by Big Walsh in the back pocket. A good kick with the wet ball. It covers a good 45 to 50 metres. Grant playing a ripper little game. He's at right half forward flank. Oh, made a mess of it with that one. McAdam is there. Bradbury likewise. McAdam good enough to get to the ball. Can he get rid of it? That might be harder. Seemingly tripped up. No, holding the ball. A little bit stiff, I thought. A free kick to Bradbury at half-back.
Yes, a little bit stiff. Neil Danaher at full-back. Going after it now is Weston tapping the ball on. Can he kick a goal when he goes on the forward line too? He doesn't look like kicking this one, but he's kicked it off the ground. Back it goes towards the full forward position. Rene King for goal number 5. Yes, sir. Well, just on 24.5 minutes gone. 6 goals, 8:44. Essendon, St Kilda 2-6-18. There's a hand pass coming out to Harbison by mistake. Frawley dropped that one. This allows Danaher to pick it up, but he won't let him go. Now Andy Bennett spins out of the pack. He's grabbed. That's a bad hand pass. Hodges tries to knock it on. Finally, it goes down towards that forward pocket. Coming out in front now is Mace. Ball tapped on by Harbison again. He was grabbed, didn't have the ball, and he'll take a free kick for the Bombers about 50 metres out from goal. Quick hand pass coming over now to Elshaw. A short pass, and the ball marked down there by Curtin. Curtin quickly plays on. It's a grab. Oh, Nisso couldn't pick that one. I hit him right in the knee. Back to Baker. Ball falls short. A chance now. A hand pass coming out from Bennett over to Mace. A short kick, and McAdam's got the mark at centre half back.
Played quite well, Lou.
Yes, over to Misso. A long hand pass out to Manning. Manning spins out of the pack nice. He's got plenty of time to straighten up and go for the long kick. That he does too. Up there towards Grant. He couldn't hold the mark, but this little fella won't give in. Gives the hand pass back to Cunningham. Jeff Cunningham with a left foot snap up there towards Tomei and Neil Danaher. Neil Danaher plays it safe and knocks it out of bounds.
A little bit lucky he wasn't penalised.
I think so, Bob, too. The ball out of bounds about 10 metres around from the St Kilda goal. They're yet to score one for this third quarter. It's 44 Essendon to St Kilda 18. But St Kilda putting up a very good fight against the mighty Bombers. Knocked out by Madden. Going through the pack that time was Keeley, still collared, and he couldn't get clear, and they'll ball it up. It was a good tackle by Bradbury.
Actually, all St Kilda's young players, Bob, are doing very well, aren't they?
Yes, I think they'd be very happy. Manning, Curtin, Ingleton, Grant, they've all played well.
Ball tapped out again, still about 20 metres around from the St Kilda goal. Essendon 6 goals, 8:44 to St Kilda 2-6-18 as we approach the 26.5-minute mark of this third quarter of the Foster's Football Cup. Knocked out by Madden, not a good one. Roberts tries to tap it on, gets a kick accidentally out towards Harbison, kicked off the ground by Carey. A snap at goal by John Bennett. Will it make it? It's coming around, but not enough. And knocked through again by Neil Danaher for 1 point. So they're still yet to score a goal, St Kilda. 2 goals, 7, 19 points to Essendon 6-8-44 in this third quarter.
Time on being played. It won't be a long quarter. Bradbury does the kicking in. So the siren should be going any tick of the clock, I would reckon. A ball up. Goal kickers for Essendon. Kink has 5 and Terry Danaher 1. And St Kilda's 2 goals have been kicked by McAdam and Ingleton. Bounce at left half forward for St Kilda. Knocked down by Misso. Now a chance for young Ingleton. Can he make it 2 goals? Not with that kick. Neil Danaher again tried to knock it out of bounds, but he missed it. There's a chance for a St Kilda goal. And putting it through is it's only 1 point. That's Keele. 27.5 minutes gone. 24 points the difference. 2-8 to 6-8 in the Foster's Cup.
Well, they've had a chance to kick a couple of goals in this last 5 minutes, Bob.
Yes, I think Keele really should have kicked that one, but he was under a bit of pressure.
Hurd runs the full distance as the siren goes for 3/4 time, and Essendon holding a 4-goal lead. A very handsome one under these conditions. 6-8 to 2-8. 44 plays 20 in the Foster's Cup. The Essendon Victorian coach now making his way off the field at three-quarter time. I think he'd be pretty happy with the side's efforts. A win is always good, and of course the Bombers were in scintillating form. Bob, I gathered, looking at the scoreboard, Essendon and Carlton last week, so they certainly bounced back, didn't they, in no uncertain terms.
Well, when you're a good side, a defeat usually has that effect. I noticed Simon Madden coming off the ground, Ellis coming onto the ground, so Madden obviously being rested with the situation as it is at the moment, a 24-point lead, and Simon Madden coming off the ground now, and Jeff Parker following him, and that's Graham Jelly, the St Kilda coach, who I don't think would be unhappy with his team's effort. He certainly would be unhappy that they're 24 points down.
Well, it's not a huge margin, even under these conditions. It's possible to get them. Maybe the Saints can make a game of it in the final term, which is just about to get underway. Players taking up their positions. Final term from VFL Park. The Bombers leading by 24 points in this first round Foster's Cup match. Merritt having a run in the ruck with Big Madden on the bench. I think he'll be appreciative of the rest. Andy Bennett, one of St Kilda's best. Donnell, though, hooks it back into attack with a longer kick. Gary Odgers tries to go the punch to get it away from Elshaw. It's a race between those two. Who's going to win out? It's a stalemate. Now it comes back to Ellis. That's his first kick in senior football in Victoria. Into the goal square. Bennett. He had to take that one. The pressure was certainly on the former Hawk star. Bennett now from full-back. Kick dropping a little bit short, and a good mark taken by Peter Keel. St Kilda's desperation might keep them in the match. Ingleton gets a 15-metre penalty, but decides not to take it, rather getting the ball moving quickly out to Cunningham on centre wing. Cunningham, nice balk under these conditions. Gets around one player, almost gets around Harbinson. The mark taken by Weston in front of Dwyer. Onto Watson. Watson from half-back spears the pass in towards centre field. Just wide of the circle is Thompson. Picks it up cleanly. He'll put the Bombers into attack. He's gone for a pass down to Ellis. He almost made that a miraculous mark. Taps the ball further forward. Ball socket off the ground. It's out of bounds, and we'll see a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for Essendon. Tony Elshaw, number 14. No addition to the score so far in the final term. Ellis, number 19, setting himself to do some ruck work. Formerly from East Fremantle. Ball hooked up towards the goal square again. Two St Kilda players are there. Out comes Bennett to meet it. On the shoulder, says the umpire, and that's just what St Kilda didn't want. It'll be an Essendon free kick, and it will go to Renee Kink.
Harbinson, I think,
Where's Harbinson going to take it? Let's take a look at it again. The free kick was for around the neck. Yeah, he put his knee there, Curtin. So Harbinson has the free. Had a hand on a couple of Essendon's goals earlier. Started on the interchange bench.
There's the kick on its way. And that's a good one. A goal to Harbinson and the Bombers. So they move on to 7 goals, 8.50 to St Kilda, 2 goals, 8.20. 2.5 minutes gone of this last quarter of the Foster's Football Cup.
So that's certainly the one that St Kilda did not want. If they were going to have any chance of getting back into this game, as we watch the replay, St Kilda had to kick that first goal after three-quarter time. And as we've often said, Lou, I know it's repeating ourselves, but that first goal is so vital, it's almost worth 2.
Certainly is, Bob, and of course the difference now 30 points. St Kilda failed to score a goal in the third quarter. Knocked out that time by Merritt, a big powerful bloke as he goes. Manning goes down, they pounce on top of him, he can't get clear, and it'll be a ball up down towards the Bomber half-forward line, out there towards the edge of the square. Well, rain has stopped. It's been stopped for the last 20 minutes or so. But that hasn't made any difference to the ground. It's very slippery, knocked out by Merritt. Comes back to Keel, gets through the pack. Actually threw that one out. Down goes Merritt, smothers the ball. Misso's on top of him there, or grabbing hold of him. Still another scrimmage developing. The umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Bradbury for one in the back. Hand pass back to Watson. Been a pretty handy player down there in defence today, or whatever position he's playing, and the ball falls short.
So is he, Bennett.
And a good mark to Bennett. A hand pass back to Roberts. Roberts out there on the centre wing position, goes for the long kick. Oh, Grant punches the ball. It's a chance now for England to kick a goal here. He fires at the goals. It won't meet the distance. And a mark taken here by Neil Danaher, who's playing at full back. And this is his first game since August, 1981. So everybody is hoping that Neil does make a success of his comeback. The kick falls short, and he got his head knocked off that time. But he still took the mark. Short pass. It's okay, and Hawker's got it at centre-half back. Plays on quickly over to Weston. Out wide. There's a chance now for the Bombers to get the ball further afield as we see Donnell go for a kick off the ground. It's out of bounds, but it's up there on their half-forward line, about 75 metres out from their goal. There'll be a throw-in. 2 goals, 8:20 St Kilda to Weston, 7-8-50, as we wait now for the ball to come back into play. Danaher against Froy. That's Terry Danaher. I think you remarked, Bob, he's trying flat out from the very word go. That's what makes him such a great player. Bounces right for Cowie, but he's slow. By golly, he was that slow. Thompson gets it over to Hawker now. Hawker scoots around the pack, goes for a short pass to Rene King. He fumbles that one, but he taps it out. There's a go now for Baker. His kick is smothered. A chance now for Mace to get clear. Tries to tap it out. He does eventually to Manning. Manning fumbles, but he's got a chance to recover. He does. He runs into a bit of trouble, but spins away beautifully from Hawker. A hand pass out now to McAdam out there on that half-back flank position, and the Saints get the ball away from the danger zone. Back to Manning, back to McAdam. A hand pass to Roberts. Go for the long kick fella here. Smothers out smart as he goes for pass, and Big Misso's got the mark at centre-half forward.
Misso long way from goal, and likewise is going for a pass. Keel's got it. Keel about 50 metres from goal. Well, they've gone silly on the short game. Dwyer. Now he gets his kick in. Up towards the forward line. Walsh punches the ball clear in the direction of Donnell, but it beats him over the boundary line. And at the 6-minute mark of the final quarter, we'll see a boundary throw-in. 30 points the difference, 7-8 to 2-8.
All that good work was wasted, Bob, with that extra couple of short passes instead of that long kick into the goal square.
Yes, when you're going towards goal and you've got the opportunity of going long, then there's no reason why not.
Bradbury's kick taken by Roberts. Now it's Danny Frawley having the kick smothered. Misso paddles it further forward. In the back, I think that will be. And the free kick will go to Bradbury at the left half-back flank. So Peter Bradbury to take the free kick. Gets a 15-metre penalty, which brings him up to the half-back line. In front, Kink has it knocked away by Curtin.
Curtin now playing on King Pete since three-quarter time.
Cunningham. Kick is a short one. Now towards the edge of the square. Thompson, a fumble. Loses possession. Ingleton. Ingleton's kick likewise is a short one and taken by Manning again. He's played well. You mentioned earlier, all St Kilda's younger players doing pretty well. Here's another. Dwyer fumbles with a slippery ball. Keel off the ground, and the ball beating Neil Danaher over the line, and it will be a boundary throw-in again. Neil Danaher playing at full-back. Ross Smith, Brownlow medalist, sitting next to the St Kilda coach, Graham Jelly, who goes for the phone. Big Merritt. Down to Bradbury. Can't gain control. Darryl Cunningham. That's very close to the boundary line. Not over. It will be a ball up. 7.5 minutes gone. Essendon coasting along quite nicely at the moment. Knocked away by Cunningham. Not very far. Now a chance for Dwyer. I thought he just about got tripped up there. No, says the umpire, it's out of bounds, and it will be again a throw-in, this time only about 5 metres from the behind post. 5 Cunningham, 25 Merritt. He might give a free kick here to break this up. Roberts overruns the ball. It's left to Misso, the big fellow. A left foot kick into the forward pocket, bounces just inside the line. Again, it will be a boundary throw-in about 20 metres from the point post.
Well, at least he got it down a bit closer to their goals, but he had no idea of hooking that one around, Bob, did he?
Oh, he's done well since he came on.
Yes, he's tried very hard. Knocked out by Merritt. Too big for Cunningham that time. It comes down to Walsh. Skids along the ground, and once again it's out of bounds. Still about 20 metres around from the St Kilda goal. Kevin Sheedy, well, he'd be pretty happy, and he looks like signing a new contract with the Bombers for another 2 years, so they must be pretty satisfied with the ex-Tiger champ. Of course, they couldn't be otherwise because he's had tremendous success there, hasn't he, as a coach?
Certainly has. Amazing what a few rumours do.
Yes, there's always the talk that he'll be going back to Tigerland one day. I think Paul Sprout would be happy about that room.
I don't think he'll sign too quickly.
There we go. That's right from the horse's mouth. Bob Skilton making that statement. There's a big punch out that time by Merritt, and the ball is out of bounds. Still about 30 metres around from the St Kilda goal. They haven't scored a goal since half-time.
I'll tell you what, this boundary umpire's earning his money in this last quarter.
30 points the difference. 50 plays, 20 in favour of Essendon. Misso in front. He wouldn't let Merritt get over the top of him that time. Another scrimmage developing, and of course the umpire's got to ball it up. Very difficult games to umpire, these two, Bobby.
It's just as hard for the umpires as it is for the players when they're not quite certain whether to penalise or allow it to go on.
Alshaw gets a high kick back there towards Danaher and Frawley. Frawley got one hand to it. He was upended. Donnell gets his kick across towards centre-half back. The fumble goes on. A hand pass coming back that time from Thompson. Mace gets it back now. Coming in to meet it as Jeff Cunningham scoops it up beautifully. Hand pass back to Misso. The big fella's got a chance to lob this in the goal square. He's gone for a pass. It's a ripper too. What a beauty. And the mark taken here by Mann. It was a beautiful pass by Misso.
It's good play by Cunningham too. He drew the player to him, got the hand pass in, and Misso really did finish that off in fine style.
Now the young fella Manning is yet to score a goal. Of course they've only kicked two, and he's only about 20 metres out from goal directly in front. This would certainly give the team a lift. There it is on its way. Will it come around enough? 1 point. So luck's not on their side. 2 goals, 9-21 St Kilda to Western, 7-8-50 as we approach the 11-minute mark of this last quarter of the Foster's Football Cup.
Mark taken by Thompson now. Thompson just short of the half-back line. And the kick in turn landing just short of the centre wing position. Loose ball for a couple of them to chase out there. It beats everybody over the boundary line though, in front of Terry Danaher and Frawley, and we'll see a boundary throw in this time just about on the centre wing position adjacent to the interchange area. Official attendance tonight very, very good. 5,906 in the wet conditions. Merritt doing well in the ruck, tried to find Hawker. McAdam dispossessed pretty quickly. Umpire says a free kick. A player held when not in possession. Down toward Ingleton. Having a little argument with Carey.
This young kid shows a bit of form. He's got a bit of class about him, Ingleton, Bob.
I think, as Pete said, each of those kids for St Kilda has shown a bit tonight.
Certainly have. He's already kicked a goal too. Ingleton up towards the full forward position. Weston taking the uncontested mark. I don't think Graham Jelly would be happy with that. Timmy Watson takes the pass from Hurd. Back to Carey. Bombers running the ball well out of defence now. Carey goes long. That's a beautiful kick under these conditions up towards the right half forward flank, again off the hands of the pack and out of bounds at the 12-minute mark of the quarter. 21 plays 50, a difference of 29 points. Terry Danaher, the Essendon skipper, will be leading Victoria next week at Football Park in Adelaide, and we're looking for a big crowd over there. I remember the match last year. It was a ripper, only a few points in it at the end. I'm sure it's going to be close once more. Plenty of weight being used there by Watson, who's been a good player for Essendon. Hawker's kick is only a short one. Racing forward is Andy Bennett. Nearly runs into his teammate down there. Finally, the ball picked up by Curtin. Oh, down goes St Kilda's Daryl Cunningham. Ingleton showing a good turn of speed. Gets the ball quickly up to the forward line. Is that a mark or a free kick? Could be a free kick to Danaher.
No, he's letting it go. It was a push in the back.
I'll say it was. Now it's Cunningham. The hand pass is on. Oh, Tomei back on the ground, made a meal of that one. He's gone for a hand pass, picked up by Manning. He missed the last one, and he'll miss that one as well. It's out of bounds on the full. It'll be a free kick to Essendon's Western, and he'll take that in the back pocket.
Well, Jeff Cunningham trying to do a little bit too much that time against this very experienced defence. Ball down there to Western in the back pocket. Kicks the ball long out towards that half-back line. Cow at the back, goes the punch. Bit of fumbling going on by Banfield. He's grabbed around the neck, but the umpire said play, and as Bradbury gets it over to Thompson, back to Bradbury again on the wing position. They shoot it down to Rene Kink. He's grabbed the mark. He's kicked 5 goals already. Doesn't know what to do with this one. He's hooked it back. Coming in to meet it now is Mace. It went right between his legs. A chance for Watson. Will it bounce okay? It doesn't bounce the first time. Now he's got it well tackled by Mace. He actually threw that one away. Down they go. A chance now for Danaher. But Hodges is right into his back there. Picked up by Watson again. The ball hooked back there towards Baker. Got over the top of young Ingleton. The kick by Baker's a high one into the goal square. Hodges goes the punch. Andy Bennett's there too. He's slung to the ground. He's got no hope of getting away from that one. And they'll ball it up. Well, that was a bit of tough football by both sides there. 21 plays 50. The difference 29 points in favour of Essendon, with the Bombers a chance to score here now, because it's only about 5 metres out from their goal. Knocked out by Danaher, picked up by Andy Bennett, back to Rene King. And King can only be about 35 to 40 metres out from goal, and he's already kicked 5 goals. Been a fine effort by King tonight, kicking 5 out of their 7 with a big chance to make it 6. Rene King. There's the kick on its way, and there's no doubt about that one. It's a goal.
Every lane's a fast lane. Everyone's in gear. Los Angeles, I can't explain. Just know I'm staying here. It's a city of angels, a city of sun, a city of stars, and maybe she'll be one. And I'm staying for the show. LA, I'll never go. But the beer for my taste comes from another place. Foster's Lager.
Well, King has kicked 6 goals, knocked out by Misso. Back it comes towards Carey. Carey gets a hand pass out. It's not a good one. Picked up by Banfield over the half-forward line. Back towards Watson. Pushes Mace out, and Mace will get the free kick towards centre-half back. Kick out wide. Coming in to meet it now is McAdam. It'll be okay. He marks it out there on the centre wing position. Tries to find Dwyer down there, but in position is Bradby to take the mark out there at half-back. So 15.5 minutes gone. It's Essendon 8 goals, 8.56 to St Kilda 2 goals, 9.21.
Thompson's kick marked by Mace again at the point of the square. Mace goes for a short pass straight down the line of the centre square, as a matter of fact. Taking the hand pass is Misso from Manning. Walsh should get there first. Very experienced Essendon defender. Hooks the ball up towards the half-back line. Oh, almost stolen by Donnell, but he couldn't quite get away from Tomei. Good tackle by Darryl Cunningham. Well, Banfield nearly had his head pulled off. Hurd, short kick, marked by Darren Williams. Williams into the centre circle. Essendon running now. Thompson, good shepherd by Watson. Thompson goes long, up towards the full forward position. Harvinson just can't complete the mark. Kink, well tackled by Curtin. Chance for Curtin to get clear. The hand pass, Odgers, he fumbles, but he has been one of St Kilda's best. Good tackle by Harvinson, and could have almost been penalised, but the umpire says no. It will be a bounce at centre half forward for the Bombers. Nearly 17 minutes have gone in the final term. 8-8 to 2-9. St Kilda haven't scored a goal after half-time. 2 Essendon players just about fighting for it. Baker and Williams. It comes out to Williams, and a good mark taken down there for the Bombers by Weston. He's only about 20 metres out, directly in front of goal. A very versatile player, and when he gets in the forward line, invariably seems to kick 1 or 2. It looks okay from here. I'll wait on the goal umpire. It is full points. Weston's first goal. Kink has 6. Harvinson has 1. Terry Danaher has 1. Bob Skilton.
It is not that long ago that Ellis went down to the back line and Weston down to the forward line. And even last Saturday, Kevin Sheedy, as we watch on replay now, Weston giving the lead and a well-placed kick. But last Saturday, when they were well up, Sheedy started to move the players around and make them realise that they have to play in many positions.
It wasn't really purple grass we were watching either at VFL Park. Danaher, that's Terry Danaher, runs straight into Michael Roberts. Now it will be a free kick for holding the ball, or a straight arm tackle, whichever you prefer. Michael Roberts has the kick. He's played a bad game. Ellis goes the spoil. Manning reads it beautifully off the pack, shoots it out to Paul Tomei, who got a nasty knock from Simon Madden in the first quarter. Ingleton fumbles, but he's good enough to get clear. Well, almost. Ball chipped back by Hurd. Roberts is there again. Well, good bump by Timmy Watson. Roberts, though, good enough to get his kick, trying to find Misso, leaves it for McAdam, and McAdam marks at centre half forward. He's gone for a pass. Gary Odgers takes the mark. Will it be a 15-metre penalty? Yes, he's bringing him back. And that could make the difference between nothing and a possible score. And he wasn't within kicking distance before. He certainly is now. Now, a chance for St Kilda's third goal, and what will be their first after half-time. Gary Odgers, certainly one of their best. Odgers about 30 metres from goal. Pretty well directly in front. And finally, it's a goal to the Saints. And at the St Kilda centre-half forward position, it will be a ball up. 27 plays 62. 3-9 to 9-8. 35 points the difference. St Kilda a long way down at the 20-minute mark of this quarter. I don't think any chance of getting up, but they're certainly fighting it right out to the finish. Knocked away from Tomei. Bowling underneath it is Banfield. Can't come up with the ball. And again, we will see a ball up at centre-half forward. Be about 15 or 20 players around the bounce now. Merritt tries to barge his way through the pack, but loses out. In goes Banfield again. Umpire calling play on. Carey just about caught with it. Front of the hand pass comes out to Hurd. And the mark now almost taken by Odgers. Spooned out to Watson, a very good player down there in defence for Essendon. Watson's kick up towards the centre wing position. Kink using bridge strength to get past. He's gone for a hand pass. Here go the Bombers again.
And it's down towards their centre-half forward position. Down goes Thompson. A chance for Mace to pick it up now. Oh, he can't pick it up. That gave Thompson a chance. So Mace went down. Manning comes in to try and help. It's finally kicked off the ground out there by Baker. Baker looks for a lead. He's got one here from Harbison. He takes a good mark about 35 metres out from goal. And Harbison's already kicked one goal and going for the Bombers' 10th goal. Just over the 21-minute mark of this last quarter. And of course, Bob, the Saints have been into attack for most of the quarter, but on the other hand, soon as Essendon get it down there and they score all the time.
Well, I think the last two kicks, we've seen the difference. Two good leads and two well-placed kicks. And St Kilda, A, they haven't been able to make the lead in the first place, and B, when they have kicked the ball, their disposal hasn't been anywhere near as good as Essendon.
Well, there's Weston going for his second goal, but he's off target and through for 1 point. So at the just on the 22-minute mark, it's St Kilda 3-9-27 to Weston 9 goals 9-63. Well, there's no doubt the Bombers are going to win this match, but it hasn't been such a bad performance by St Kilda. We see the ball coming back into play now, out towards that wing position by Tomei. Over the top of the pack, they all got under that one. There's a chance now for Carey to crash his way through the pack, knocks it over towards Donnell. Donnell taps it back to Carey again. A hand pass coming over to Williams. It's a high kick up there. Rene Kink at the back. Now he stays down. The ball pushed back to Tomei, but they pounce on him. That was a good tackle by Banfield. And the ball finally driven away there by St Kilda. And it was Keel getting it out there towards the wing position. It's gone out of bounds on the full. And it'll be a penalty free kick there to Donnell. Or is it going to Carey? It'll be Carey to take the kick. Back to Donnell again. Oh, that's a bad hand pass and it goes out of bounds. Well, that's what you call a bit of overconfidence, Bob. And we might call it a little bit of Lairising too. 27 plays 63. Knocked out by Misso. Back to Roberts. A good hand pass out that time to McAdam. And Roberts has played a very good game here tonight. Off the top of the pack. As they go now for the Saints to get back into the play again. Little Ingleton was grabbed that time, slunk to the ground, and the ball is out of bounds. I like his style just the same, Bob. He's got a little bit of talent.
He's been quite busy around the forward line.
Waiting for the ball to come back into play. Knocked out by Merritt, grabbed by Keel. He actually got that back to Merritt, who smothered the ball, and coming out as Williams. Threw it over to Baker. Baker gets the ball out wide towards Rene Kink in front of Curtin. Got the run, he gets it, Curtin won't let go. He's got him. Is it home the ball? No, he said he held it to him. And the umpire will ball it up there in the forward pocket. Rene might have been a bit lucky that time.
We watch it going on replay.
Oh, I don't know if is the kid hanging on to it?
No, I would have played it against Kink, but maybe the umpire felt that he didn't have a chance to get rid of it.
Spinning out the pack was Keel. The ball tapped on nicely that time by Odgers. Over it goes now, and Andy Bennett gets it out wide to that half-back line. Down go Misso and Merritt. It's picked up by Williams. A short pass out wide to Thompson. He didn't grab the mark, but he's got plenty of time to recover and run to an open goal and fire. But he's off target and it's through for 1 point. So just on the 24.5-minute mark of this last quarter, it's 9 goals, 10-64 Essendon. To St Kilda, 3 goals, 9-27.
37 points the difference as we approach the time-on period. Andy Bennett bring the ball back into play. Certainly won't be a long quarter, probably about 27, 28 minutes. Knocked away by Misso. Can't find a St Kilda rover though. Baker overruns the ball. Chance for Manning. Fundy comes out with it, gives it back to Mace. His kick is a short one up towards the edge of the square. Dwyer tangles with Williams. The umpire says a free kick for holding the man, and the free kick going to St Kilda at their centre half back position. It will be taken by young Dwyer. To half forward. Ellis is the flyer, can't take it. Keel reads it well off the pack. His kick is short down towards the left half forward flank. Plenty of players racing for it there. Hurd and Walsh for Essendon. And the ball off the hands of, I think, Kevin Walsh, out of bounds, and it will be a boundary throw in left half forward for the Saints. 27-64. 25.5 minutes have gone in the last quarter. So Essendon should advance to the quarterfinals of this $525,000 Foster's Cup. They are, of course, the defending title holders, winning the day and night premiership last year. Carey to Roger Merritt. Not the greatest of hand passes that Merritt has given out tonight. Ingleton gets the kick in. Watson marks it, but I don't think it was the required 10 metres. Yes, he says OK. Carey. Hurd. Short pass taken by Frank Donnell at right half back flank. Donnell too goes for a pass up to the centre wing position, trying to find Baker, but chipping in beautifully as Mason beats him to it. A play on call. Mace goes down towards the edge of the square again, knocked away by Ellis. And good tackle by the former West Australian. Push in the back. A free kick going St Kilda's way, and the recipient will be Big Misso. That's about the 4th free kick he's got tonight, so in that department he's done well. Manning hasn't played a bad game. Neil Danaher jostling. Walsh backs him up well, just about gets caught, and over the boundary line it goes. Right forward pocket for the Saints, who will see the throw in about 5 metres from the behind post. 27-64. 5 is Cunningham, 25 Merritt, won by the latter. Ball comes out towards Odgers. Beating him to it is Bradbury. Underneath it, Grant, and takes the good mark. Although collected by Terry Danaher along the way. He's right on the boundary line on the outer side. Goes for a short pass, not a particularly good one. The Essendon defence through Parker. Get it back to Ellis, and Ellis goes for the long clearing kick.
And it's down there towards Rene King, but Curtin's got him pretty well covered. Hodges crashes through the pack, but there's the Sada in the quarter, a short one. And the Bombers have won 9 goals, 10-64 to St Kilda, 3 goals, 9-27. Well, it was a pretty comfortable win by Essendon, but they had to battle out all the way. And full marks of this young St Kilda side, because the odds were against them, against the... well, they had so much experience, Essendon, but you couldn't say that it wasn't a valiant effort put up by St Kilda. But the young players impressed me very much. Like you see young England coming to the ground. Curtin and Grant there at centre-half forward. Well,
Manning was an impressive player too,
number 18. And you've got to say about St Kilda, well, OK, they've got to persevere with these young fellows.
Yes, I'm sure that, you know, although they only kicked 27 points for the game, they could easily have had a lot more. They did get the ball up forward, but they did not have a focal point, somebody that they could put the ball to. And then even with that, there wasn't enough movement on the forward line, nor was the disposal from up the ground anywhere near as good as Essendon's. But let's face it, Essendon are the reigning premiers, and St Kilda are blooding players. And from that point of view, I'm sure they would think that tonight was absolutely excellent, because those young players that they did blood tonight would be far benefited by it.
Essendon winning by 37 points, 9-10-64 to 3-9-27. We'll be back for further comment and voting at our best player of the ward in just a moment. Goals and singles to Terry Danaher, Weston and Harvinson, and for St Kilda their 3 goals were kicked by McAdam, Ingleton, and I've missed out one other one. Bob, did you happen to get it down? McAdam and Ingleton got 2 anyway.
And Gary Odgers.
Gary Odgers was the 3rd goal kicker for the Saints. Well, they weren't really disgraced, but 37 points, a fair margin perhaps under these conditions. Rene King, obviously up forward, was a focal point that really made the difference.
Well, there's no substitute for class and experience, and the young St Kilda side lacked experience. They had a lot of endeavour, and all over the ground they competed right throughout the game. But with 6 goals out of that Essendon score, there's no doubt that Rene King was the difference in the 2 sides. But St Kilda had good players with Roberts around the packs, Odgers in the back pocket. I thought thought Manning on the wing, and Misso in that second half when he had to take the brunt of the ruck work and did quite a good job as well. Andy Bennett down in defence played quite well, but Essendon, the more steady side. They had the steadiness all over the ground, and their field kicking was far better than the St Kilda the lineup. But St Kilda certainly not disgraced. They just, well, they were outclassed by a better side. Well, I shouldn't say outclassed. They were outpointed by a better side. But their endeavour tremendous, and we saw there a great example of leadership by Terry Danaher. Tackled, picked the ball up, and was able to finish it off. And all in all, it was the finishing it off up forward that was the difference, because St Kilda did have plenty of opportunities of putting scores on the board, but just didn't have that touch of class up forward to enable them to do it.
I think, Bob, too, when you're an experienced side like St Kilda and you just don't know the basics or the fundamentals of football, you're inclined to go short, hand pass, and that's the pattern of play today, and they were overdoing that instead of going directly at the goals, particularly under these conditions. And all you've got to do is take the chance and lob it in the goal square. And as I said before during the commentary, you never know your luck in a big city. You could kick it off the ground and fluke a goal. But
they lack height up in that forward line,
yeah,
and unfortunately, when you do lack height, you tend to go wide.
That's right.
Bob, just before we go to a break, how did you evaluate the performance of Neil Danaher?
I think they would just be very happy that Danaher finished out the game. He got his share of kicks up at half forward, and when he went down to full back, he certainly wasn't disgraced. And just to finish a game, they would have been happy from that point of view.
All right, well, there it is. We'll be voting on our best player in just a moment. And, of course, he wins the very, very handsome prize with the compliments of National.
Tonight's player of the match will win this magnificent portable stereo hi-fi with the compliments of National Panasonic, the big entertainer.
Welcome back to VFL Park. Voting in a Best Player award tonight, and it's almost a unanimous choice. Jack Edwards has gone for Timmy Watson. Stephen Phillips has gone for Renee Kink. Lou and Bob both agreed Renee Kink should get the prize, and so it's Renee Kink's national prize tonight. Let's go down to the Essendon rooms, and Stephen Phillips has him with him right now.
Thanks, Peter, and I think Renee Kink agreed you should get the prize. You kicked 6 goals and everything went right, and 6 out of 9, you can't do better than that.
Yeah, well, Steve, it's been a long time for me. I've been out of football for 12 months, and it's very hard side to get in at Essendon at the moment. Mark Harvey comes up, a new fella, a young guy, youth. You can't beat youth, Steve. That's for sure. He's kicked 7 last week, so it makes it really hard to get into that side.
You're playing for a place in next Saturday's side against North?
Well, you just never know at the moment. Like, they win by 15 goals against Carlton, and all the forwards perform and kick goals. It's very hard.
4 marks, 10 kicks, 6-1. That's percentage football.
Yeah, well, you know, if you get the ball on a wet night, the idea is to try and convert, and I was lucky enough tonight to kick a few goals.
Good to see you back in top form. Also great to see Neil Danaher back, and the national prize looked terrific at your place, and wish you well for the rest of the season.
Yeah, thanks very much, Steve, and thanks National Panasonic for the lovely prize. Tough.
Renee Kink, our player of the night. Back to you, Peter.
Well, thanks, Stephen. And Stephen leaving us tonight. We wish Stephen the very best in his overseas commitments in the next few months. It takes us out from VFL Park. Peter Landy, on behalf of our team here at League Headquarters, saying a very good evening to you all.